The one thing that you're going to want to do to be financially okay is to get out of debt. Don't believe me? Do yourself a favor and go into your loan or credit card statements and just have a look at how much you have paid in interest and fees. In many of the cases, you might have actually paid more in interest to the lenders than your actual expense. I'll even link a few calculators in the description below if you want to find out for yourself. So hopefully I've convinced you that debt is bad. It's not groundbreaking, you already know that, but it's important to realize that debt is bad. Now here's the kicker that most people don't realize. Debt especially can be bad if you get into debt because you need to, not because you want to. Let me give you an example. You might decide to buy a house through mortgage even though you have cash in your bank or investments. This may be a debt that you want. But on the other hand, maxing out your credit cards because you don't have cash is a debt that you need, which is the real criminal here. But the problem here though is that you are in debt in the first place because you are living paycheck to paycheck. Your income doesn't seem sufficient. In most cases, your income is going to be sufficient to be debt free. It's great if you can increase your income, but not having a high enough income is not an excuse to be in debt. Now you have decided to get out of debt. How do you go about it? There are two methods to go about getting out of debt. One is the debt snowball method and one is the debt avalanche method. I'll explain what each of them mean first and then I'll go about telling you which one is best for you. Just know that neither of the methods are going to work if you don't commit 300% of yourself to getting out of debt. It's not going to be easy, but trust me, you will have a much happier future if you just suck it up for the next short term period. And the formula is very simple. Budget, cut out all your wants and cut down on your expenses on all your needs. Gather up as much cash as possible today, now, to pay towards your debts. The goal is to get back to your zero level from your negative level, and the goal is to get to that zero level as soon as possible. So now let's get to the two debt repayment methods by way of an example. Let's say you have credit card debts of $10,000 at 20% interest per annum. Let's say you have another debt of a personal loan for $5,000 at 15% per annum. And you also have a mortgage of $100,000 at 8% per annum. When we talk about debt snowball, it means you tackle and completely pay off your smallest debt possible. In this example, we are talking about the $5,000 personal loan at 15% per annum. When we talk about the debt avalanche method, you would be starting with paying off completely your credit card debt of $10,000 at 20% per annum. This means you're attacking and paying off your debt that has the highest interest rate. A quick detour, if I say debt, I mean a very specific debt, which means if you only have two credit cards, then you're going to attack and pay off one specific card depending on the interest rate and amount. So which is the right method? There is no right answer. It completely depends on you. And let me tell you how it depends on you. If you're an emotional person, the debt snowball method might be the right fit for you. If you are a more analytical and calculative person, the debt avalanche method might be more suitable for you. This is because when you're attacking and paying off the smallest debt, you're going to get to that very, very quickly. And when you're getting to that very quickly, you're going to see on paper that you no longer have that one credit card or that one extra personal loan on your piece of paper. You're going to completely strike through it. And when you look at that, you're going to feel much happier in a much shorter time frame. This is going to motivate you and encourage you to continue with your journey and pay off your second debt, third debt, fourth debt, and so on. On the other hand, if you decide to go with the debt avalanche method, this is going to save you physical hard cash because you're paying off high interest debts first and therefore not going to be paying for those high interest debts in the long term and therefore saving a ton of money in interest. Now, having said that, I urge you not to just choose debt avalanche because you think you will save money, because a lot of people try this out, get discouraged and stop altogether and fall back into the same old habits. That is why the psychological boost is so important and so valuable, and it is highly recommended that you do start with the debt snowball method if you are not the kind of person to stick through the hard bits and get through it. Do not do any of these calculations in your mind. Please put pen to paper. It makes the world of difference. It's not rocket science. I'll catch you in the next one.